What's going on, guys? This is Ryan with RK Outpost, and Birds of Prey box office numbers are in, and it's worse than anyone could have expected. You see the headline here, box office. Birds of Prey grounded with $33.3 million bow. Opening weekend, $33 million domestically, and the numbers overseas are not very good either. They're pretty weak. If you recall, originally this was predicted to be $50 to $55 million domestic box office. Overseas, the worldwide opening was estimated between 110 and 125. And you can see by the numbers we have here, a global start of $81.3 million. So about 20 million less domestically, about 40 million less worldwide. It is really struggling, and there's a lot of potential reasons for this, and we'll talk about it a little bit. But the Margot Robbie-led DC superhero pick opened almost 20 million behind expectations. Birds of Prey: The Fantabulous Emancipation of One Harley Quinn failed to gain altitude in its box office debut, tepid 33.3, to mark one of the lowest domestic launches in modern times for a studio superhero pick. And it also struggled overseas, like we talked about. Now, the coronavirus, people are using that. There's obviously a pandemic going on in Asia right now, overseas. So that could definitely have contributed to low international numbers. Definitely a possibility, but not that low. Birds of Prey was never meant to score a mega opening since it's a spin-off and sports an R rating. Yeah, Deadpool didn't make a bunch of money. Still, the Warner Brothers and DC title have been tracking to start off at least 50 to 55 and 60 million more offshore, just like we said earlier. It could take solace in coming in number one, I suppose. And here we go. Let's just take a look at the overall box office numbers. You see Birds of Prey is number one. There's Bad Boys for Life coming in at 2, earning 12 million bucks. 1917 still chugging along. Lost almost no money from last week, so that's pretty impressive. Doolittle, decent. Jumanji still making money. Jumanji still has great legs in the box office. It's kind of crazy. And then you see Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. The official numbers, I don't know if they're quite in for everybody yet, but you can see that's at least the projected for Star Wars. And yeah, it's not good. Not good for them. Knives Out is making more money than Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker. At least that's what the projections say. So that's pretty incredible. But we do have a lot of people asking, why? Why did Birds of Prey stumble like this? And I think there's a lot of different answers to this question, to be perfectly honest. I gave my review where I said I didn't think it was as woke as a lot of people were talking about. But I actually didn't like the movie, at all. I think that I maybe was harsher on the movie itself than a lot of other people, but a lot of other people are saying that it's really woke. So why Birds of Prey is stumbling at the box office? This is talking about how everything it's all going the way for Birds of Prey. It was all set up for success. Not only was it the first female team superhero movie, it was made up of an impressive cast led by Harley Quinn. Even better, it followed the success of Aquaman, Shazam, and Joker, adding critical praise, and the film should have played fairly well in theaters. But then they say one of the biggest problems with Birds of Prey was its marketing. And I agree with that, but maybe not for the same reasons they do. The trailers did a great job of reintroducing Robbie's Quinn following 2017 Suicide Squad, but they failed to highlight the actual Birds of Prey. My issue would be that it's really not the Birds of Prey. We talked about it in my review, and I'll link that in the description of the video, that as a comic book fan, as a normal movie, this is maybe like a 4 out of 10 or something. Not like horrible. As a comic book movie, I think it's horrendous, because the characters are just nothing like what they should be. And I understand interpretations of characters, and that's fine, but it was so off-putting. These aren't the Birds of Prey, and why is Margot Robbie, or why is Harley Quinn with them? I just don't understand. And I think that between them deciding to make it R-rated, them deciding to go completely away from the comic book counterparts, from them talking about marketing as less male gazy, Ewan McGregor out there talking about how he's the ultimate misogynist, and this film really tackles everyday misogyny. All of these things combined were not a hurdle that Birds of Prey could overcome. Now, it's not dead yet. We do have a holiday weekend coming up. There is a lot of positive word of mouth about this movie out there, whether it's from critics or whether it's from normal people. There are some people that really enjoy this movie. Maybe that will have an effect. Maybe it can make a little more money, but right now, if you're DC, if you're Warner Brothers, you have to be worried that this is going to lose money. Not just barely make any, lose money for you. And that would be a frightening thing. We're looking somewhere around, depending on what the budget actually is, I don't know, around $250 to $280 million it needs to make to break even on this film. And you also have people asking this question: Harley Quinn's DC movie future after Birds of Prey. And we do know that Margot Robbie will reprise her role in Suicide Squad 2. Now, Suicide Squad 2 is... I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's going to make a lot of money. People really like James Gunn movies. They think they're really funny. But we'll see. It's another strange thing. It's this half reboot, half not a reboot, whatever's going on with Suicide Squad 2. Some of the characters are going to be the same. Some are going to be different. It's going to be strange. I think that is when Harley Quinn is at her best, like we saw her in Suicide Squad, when she's with a bunch of other people the entire movie and really has that to play off of. So hopefully Suicide Squad 2, Harley Quinn can regain this power that she had, because ultimately Harley Quinn was the best part of Suicide Squad for so many people. However, when she's in this movie by herself and a group of other female heroes, it doesn't seem like a lot of people are very interested. So DC has to be a little bit worried that this person, Harley Quinn, that they think is so marketable, didn't do anything in this movie that's basically hers. This thing says likely a Birds of Prey 2. There is no way, in my mind, that there will be a Birds of Prey 2 in Harley Quinn's future. Listen, let's there's something crazy that happens in the box office the next couple days or the next couple weeks, and all of a sudden takes off, which I guess could happen. Stranger things have happened before in the box office than that. Unless that happens, I just don't see that. Because they say, however, as most of the recent DCU projects have sequels, including Shazam, Wonder Woman, and Aquaman, it would be a surprise if Birds of Prey doesn't get around too. Those movies all made money, decent money. This movie is not going to make anything if it breaks even. Should this happen, it would presumably not release till 2024. Okay, come on. And then likely Harley Quinn solo project. The thing is, this was kind of a Harley Quinn solo project, to be perfectly honest. It was marketed that way. Most of the movie is just about Harley Quinn. The Birds of Prey are very much side stories in this. This kind of was your shot at a Harley Quinn solo story, if I'm being perfectly honest. That's what it felt like for over half of the movie. So I can't see that happening. They should have done this project, Gotham City Sirens. Who wouldn't have wanted to see Poison Ivy and Catwoman team up with Harley Quinn? A story where that they're actually villains. They're not some weird quasi-hero villain. We don't know what they are, and at the end of the movie, we still don't know what they are, which is what this movie was. So I don't know. And obviously Harley and Joker has been canceled. Jared Leto's not coming back. He could have been useful in this movie, but he just wasn't there. Overall, the bottom line is Birds of Prey is a huge disappointment for Warner Brothers. I really hope that they can just move forward and focus on Wonder Woman 2, which should come out in June. There's news coming out about that. There's some leaks of what Cheetah may look like, so that's going to be interesting. I said it in when I did my projection. I'm not going to talk about Birds of Prey for too much longer because I don't think it's very relevant. I love DC. I wish this movie could have been great. I wish it wasn't marketed the way it was. I wish it was a better movie. But unfortunately, it's just not. And, maybe they're going to do another overcorrection. That's what Warner Brothers likes to do. They take the fan feedback, they overcorrect, they get bad results, they overcorrect again. Sometimes you have things like Joker, where they just stayed out of the way, and it was amazing. Maybe that's what Warner Brothers needs to do in the future. I don't know what's going on with the DCU, but I'm going to keep following it because I love it. This movie wasn't super woke. Just saying it. So they haven't driven me away. I'll be there on opening day for Wonder Woman 2. Now, if that's bad, I'm also going to tell you that. And that's going to really make me sad. But hopefully it won't be. Hopefully it'll be awesome. Let me know what you guys think about this this box office news that was probably expected by some, but how big of a disappointment this is really surprising to the entire industry, especially to Warner Brothers, who had given a conservative estimate of $45 million because they thought for sure they'd hit that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share this video out there, ring the bell for notifications, and I'll talk to you guys later. thanks for watching, everyone. And a huge shout out to my patrons. I appreciate you guys so much. Want to follow me on Twitter or Instagram? Check out the description below. You'll find links to my P.O. box and my Patreon as well. And I'll talk to you guys later.